everybody. I'm back to do another react today. And why is that? Because Chantal went live again. And this time it was to promote the GoFundMe that Pete's, her BFF, former roommate, and former boyfriend put up for her. So, little recap, little rewind. Chantal put up a PayPal fundraiser. And through the fundraiser, before it got yanked down, she made $800 plus dollars, maybe 800, 900. So on the PayPal fundraiser, she raised about $800 to $900. And then she did a quick cash out, and just in the nick of time because PayPal suspended her account. So no more getting stuff through PayPal. Not at all. So once that happened, Chantal went to her former roommate. I'm sure she was on the phone with him and saying, hey, can you help me out? Set up a GoFundMe for me. So Pete set up the fundraiser. Here's where it gets interesting. The fundraiser was not connected to Pete's bank account. It was connected to Chantal's. You can't set up a GoFundMe with somebody else's account. It's a big no-no. So yeah, he set it up for her, but it was connected to her bank account. Big mistake, Chantal. As you can imagine, when she talked about the GoFundMe, it got reported. And now GoFundMe has suspended that account. And she's not happy. She did a community post where she was very, very crabby, salty, angry about it. So PayPal suspended. GoFundMe suspended. So she can't get money on PayPal and she can't get money on GoFundMe. Yeah, gang, I think that we are entering the find out phase of the F around. So she did a live stream earlier and she was promoting the GoFundMe and was actually very chipper during the live stream, very chipper. And Salah was there. She was talking about all the GoFundMe and what she was going to do when she got to Canada. I've got my thoughts about that. Also, I want to cover a whole lot of Twitter peeps because Girl World has a lot to say about this GoFundMe situation. So I'll tell y'all what, let's just dive right into it and let's get into the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps. Y'all are going to see Chantal was big mad. When the GoFundMe got reported and got shut down, she was not a happy camper. No, she was not. She was rather mad that the second avenue for making money gone, but that's her fault. Shouldn't scam people, shouldn't grift from people. You want money, Chantal? Work for it. Don't take money from people. Don't be dishonest. Anyway, so for those of you that are on Twitter, that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And if you're someone that really not a big fan of Twitter, that's understandable. It can be a little bit crazy. That's why I do the Twitter peeps, so you guys can keep up with all the Twitter stuff without actually having to be on the Bird app. So, first tweet is courtesy of Sandy Quesadilla saying this. I said it during Scatgate, and I'm saying it now. She does not and has never loved or cared for Salah the way she did for Koki or Bibi. The tears and uncertainty are all down to having to sort her life out, not losing the fake husband, and I'll die on this hill. I actually agree with you, Sandy. I do. Her tears are not about a broken heart. It's not about being very much in love with Salah and it's over and they have to part ways and the marriage is over. Oh no, the tears, if she has any tears, are strictly for herself because she's absolutely petrified over the idea of having to go back to Canada and be by herself and be alone with her own awful company. And how is she going to do it? And how is she going to make it? Yep. So she's scared about that. And yet she has the audacity to have the nerve to insist on the Beezers fund 100% of everything. Let's recap about what she wants, y'all. She wants the Beezers to, according to her, pay for her plane ticket. Did I say play for her plane ticket? Pay for her plane ticket. I told you guys earlier, my tongue is just making up words right now. I guess we're going to continue doing that anyway. So she wants the Beezers to pay for her plane ticket, although she already has a plane ticket. To get into Syria, she needed a return ticket. So that's already bought. Really doesn't need to be bought, but she's insisting that she needs one. So she wants the Beezers to pay for the plane ticket, right? So there's that. She wants the Beezers to pay for whatever new place she gets in Canada, although she has no idea where she's going to go, what city she's going to be in, if it's going to be an apartment, if it's going to be a condo, if it's going to be a villa, if it's going to be a motel room. No clue. No clue about where she's going to go, what city she's going to be in, how much it's going to cost. All she knows is she wants money. So pay for the plane ticket. Pay for whatever dwelling she ends up in. Also, let's add in paying for a car rental because she won't have a car. Pay for her food. Pay for her party supplies. What else? What else does she need? Pay for wigs, costumes so she can do time warp videos. Notice Beezers. Notice what she's doing. Notice that she's saying, I want you guys to pay for all of these things, but she's not saying what she's paying for out of pocket. There's no talk about that. There's no talk about, hey, Beezers, can you help me pay for these certain things? Because I got money for these certain things over here. It's not like half you guys, half me. All of the expenses are coming out of the Beezer pockets. No talk about what she's willing to pay for or what she will pay for. And Chantal has money. She's got her emergency stash. Yes, she does. Whatever money she's got socked away from the last time she grifted using Sasa, she's got that money put away. She's also got money in the bank. She just got 800 plus off of PayPal and Beezers. She's about to get paid from YouTube. Whatever that paycheck is, it may be a couple grand, maybe more than a couple grand. I don't know. I'm not in her pocket. I'm not peeking in there to see what she's holding on to. Not my business, but you get my drift. So she's got a plane ticket to go back home already. She's got at least 3 or 4K to work with, and that's more than enough. If she's already got a plane ticket, if she's got 3 to 4K in her pocket, she could go straight home right now, get an extended stay motel for about 2K, and that'll rent the room for about a month. It's fully furnished. Maybe she needs a little bit of money for food, and that's it. All the other stuff is luxuries and extras, and if she can't afford it, she can't afford it. But she can go back home if she wants to. Foodie just wants to go home in grand style, and she wants somebody else to pay for that grand style. You know, like the price of Foodie going back in grand style so that she's not going to go home in humble style is very expensive, and she wants you Beezers to foot the bill. So, Two-Tailed Caperer says Foodie Beauty is not crying over losing her husband or separating from her soulmate. She's crying because she wasted a lot of time and money and soon will be forced to head back to Canada with nothing to show for it. Well, that's what she wanted. She made those choices. Nobody should compensate her for her dumb choices. Cowboy Dog says, peak woman incapable of living in Syria, long game. Use her money on your house. Push away emotionally until she wants to go, but no divorce. She begs you to come to Canada. Refuse her once, keep her begging. Say yes, but only when your house is done being built. Canadian passport, leave her. Is that Salah's plan? Keep her on a string and keep her giving money until she's completely tapped out? I guess so. I guess so. Celestial Mystique says Foodie Beauty's PayPal ended. Foodie's GoFundMe under investigation. Couldn't happen to a nicer person. Yes. I love the smell of shutdowns in the morning. It's my favorite scent of the day. Board Potty Mouth says, no, Melissa 3544. It's not evil. There are rules and laws that people must follow. Pete said it was to get to Canada for medical help. GoFundMe can't be done for people in Syria. She was denied with a VPN. Her bank account with Pete's GoFundMe name in Syria. Are you joking? Let's look at the screenshot. So here's Foodie's little salty post because she was mad. The GoFundMe got shut down or frozen. Foodie says some losers reported the GoFundMe, so hold off on donations until we appeal and answer their questions. You people reporting are so pathetic and have no lives whatsoever. You know what? If nothing wrong was done, if everything was above board, there'd be nothing to worry about. If all it was just a bunch of people that didn't like Chantal reporting the GoFundMe, but if everything was done by the numbers, all the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed, there'd be nothing to worry about. GoFundMe would look at it and go, there's nothing wrong here. What's the big deal? But, Foodie, when you have somebody else that's not you make a GoFundMe on your behalf and your bank account is linked to the GoFundMe, not Pete's account, yours. And you're over there using a VPN trying to sneak around and get around YouTube and get around GoFundMe. When things don't look right, when they don't smell right, usually it gets discovered. Yeah. So you got busted. You're going to get busted. Happened with PayPal. Happening again with GoFundMe. When you F around, you're going to find out. You're going to find out, and you're finding out. Like all your little scammy ways, all your little avenues of trying to make money, yeah, getting found out real fast. That's how much you've ticked off the community. What else we got here? Queen Jellybean says, has anyone who donated to Foodie Beauty's PayPal get a refund? She's super screwed once they confirmed she was fundraising in Syria and tried to hide that with a VPN despite putting she's in Syria in the title. Then next up, same thing happens to her in AdSense. I love that for her. Yeah, I know. Foodie thinks she's so smart, but she's not that smart. Cowboy Dog says, didn't Salah have a Facebook post around 9 years ago about loving his bride or something? Could that be the day Sasa was born and he was posting about his wife? Could be. I mean, the feeling is he might have family. He might have had a wife. He might have children. Like there's always been whispers and rumors that there's been a family in the background the whole time. And that might be the problem now because maybe things have reached a point where Salah is just like, I'm tired of waiting for Chantal to go home. I'm just going to go ahead and live my life and kind of push her out. But he might have a wife and he might have a child. I don't know if Sasa's it though. Board Potty Mouth says, maybe I'm crazy. But if PayPal told me I could keep my account if I didn't use it while I was in Syria, I would probably pull it from my description while I'm still in Syria. What do we got here? What is this? Yep. Foodie thinks she's so doggone smart, but she's not that smart. And there are too many people that'd be very happy to let PayPal know that she's in Syria. And there's a lot of proof that she is in Syria. Every time she does a live stream in Syria. Mo Translate says Pete's is not happy that the GoFundMe is in his name and doesn't like his name attached to it. Really now? What do you got to say for yourself, Pete?
Basically, I helped set it up. Like, that's all it was. I helped her set it up. This is why it's under my name, which I'm not happy about. I don't like the fact that it's under my name. I don't like my name being attached to it.
So what happened, Pete? Did Chantal get on the phone with you and she was pressuring you and pleading and crying and using the stupid baby voice and saying, Pete, can you help me? Was she pressuring you? Was she bullying you? What happened? And you just gave in to shut her up? You thought maybe if I just set up this page for her and she raises a little bit of money, she'll leave me alone. Was that what happened? By the way, sir, you're a fool. I don't care if she was persuading you, talking to you. I don't know exactly what she said to you, but you set up a page for her. You're an idiot. She's not even in Canada. She's not a threat. Understand? She's not. Like, you should really just stay away from her. Everybody should stay away from Chantal. She's not good for anyone, but she's in quite the mess, Pete. Quite the mess. And she's pulling you into her mess. I can't believe that you haven't learned your lesson yet. I guess all the nonsense with the villa didn't teach you a lesson. Her sticking you with a huge bill in damages that were her fault from the villa, and you having to deal with that. That didn't teach you a lesson. I can't believe that you haven't had that moment yet where she gets on the phone and she's crying to you and you haven't told her to go get effed. If you did, though, it would be well deserved. But understand, sir, that she is falling down a dark spiral. And if you get too close to her, she's going to pull you down with her. And she's at the point right now of desperation where she doesn't care if she's asking you to do things that could potentially make your life more difficult later. She doesn't care about the repercussions of her actions to herself or other people. She's reckless right now. But it was not a good decision for you to make a GoFundMe on her behalf. Because if you ever need GoFundMe and this whole thing blows up, hi, Booger. Booger break, you're screwed. Okay, is this what we're doing? Hold on. All right. I have to do this. Too many fans of Queen Booger. We're doing Booger break. Get your Booger. Is the last time I was doing a live stream, people were saying, where's Queen Booger? There you are. This is a baby. Look at the baby. This is my life. Remember, I am not in control here. I am just a cat servant doing Queen Booger's bidding. Ain't that right, Booger? I'm just an old comfy couch for her. I'm sorry, Booger, but I got to do the Twitter peeps. Sorry. Give me a second. It's not easy doing this with a 10-pound cat in your arms. All right. Moving on. All right. So there's the post. I love this. Courtesy of Tweet T and Jericho D. Oh, Booger. Let's see if I can blow this up. Jericho D says, this lunatic parasite is the most deadly. Loves to suck from naive beezers who have more money than IQ numbers. Relies on their lack of memory, and once stung will leave you with a sense of shame for not listening to Reaction Channel's advice. Jericho D, you win the internet tonight. I love that. You got a deer tick, a dog tick, and a lunatic. I'm sorry, Booger. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm sorry, kitty. Oh, that's so good. Lunatic. So appropriate. So appropriate. I love that. All right. Fondue Spiteful Beach says, I heard Natalie would like to know these kinds of things because taking money and not reporting it is a violation of her bankruptcy terms. Uh-oh. So I guess Natalie is someone connected to Chantal's bankruptcy? Queen Jellybean says, guys, Foodie Beauty is going to leave Syria in like a year. Don't worry, though. She will just hold on to the $1,800 you gave her on PayPal, and she definitely won't spend it on an abundance of food and whatever Salah wants to buy so he doesn't leave her for a prettier woman. Yeah, does anybody out there who's a beezer, how much confidence do you have that Foodie Beauty will save the money for what she said she's going to use it for? Anyone? Does anyone think that she can hold on to a bunch of money and not spend it? Not even a little bit? That she's definitely not going to get tempted to take that money and buy a bunch of food or anything like that, or give it to Salah? Do you think she's gonna be able to hold on to like $2,000 for like 30 days and not spend a penny of it? I guess we'll see. Acadia Strong says Foodie should really be careful about the fundraising she's doing. Uh-oh. The risks of using GoFundMe during bankruptcy. Potential for bankruptcy fraud. If you fail to inform your LIT about the funds you received from a crowdfunding campaign, you could be charged with bankruptcy fraud. Surplus income. When you file for bankruptcy, you must make surplus income payments if your household income exceeds a certain threshold set by the Office of the Superintendent on Bankruptcy. GoFundMe funds could be counted as income, potentially increasing your surplus income payments. Creditors can oppose discharge. If creditors find out about the undisclosed GoFundMe funds, they can oppose your discharge from bankruptcy. This could extend your bankruptcy period, or at least in a conditional discharge where you must pay more money to the estate. Ouch! Ooh, that sounds painful. Okay, and I said this in my last react about GoFundMe. Queen Lee says GoFundMe will refund any donation if there's a misuse of funds for up to 1 year. If this person gets to Canada, then goes back to Syria, 1 year refund coming for fraud. So any beezers out there that you've given money to Chantal to the GoFundMe, up to 1 year, you can get it back. I'm just saying. Now, this is an I don't know where this was posted, but I just want to let y'all know about it. I don't know who this person is. I don't know how they know Salah, but this is interesting, courtesy of Cowboy Dog. So this person, Zeliana, says Noor is Salah's first wife. He has 2 kids with her. Chantal was brought in to help fix the home and contribute to a business which failed. Either Noor is pregnant or the third wife is. Who is this person, Zeliana? How does she know these things? Is this just like a theory? Does she know them? Like, who is this? I must know. I must know. 1 second, y'all. I need to find some stuff out. Okay, I just wanted to see replies to that tweet about Salah and Noor and the kids and all that. And I went further down the tweet thread, and there's a link to a video that I think Julie did going on Salah's Facebook page. And I would like to show it to you guys, like some of the things that were in that video. But there are pictures of children, and I'm not going to show them in this react. Like, just, I don't show kids, sorry. But it looks like there's children that are related to Salah in some way. So maybe there might be some validity to this person, Zeliana, and what they're saying. Because Salah did post on his Facebook talking about a wife, and there are pictures of kids. So maybe. Okay. Does this really happen? Queen Jellybean says, when Foodie Beauty said Salah installed frosted windows, what she meant was he smeared shoe polish all over them so no one would see he's housing a 500-pound Canadian. Okay. Did he really put stuff on the window, or is it just not clean? Is that deliberate? I don't know. I don't know. I can't say. Future Becky Alrafay says Chantal deleted her PayPal fundraiser because it's easier for her to lie about how many donations she received and harder for people to make fraud claims for a refund if everyone privately donates. She doesn't care about negative comments if they're attached to money. Well, I already gave you guys my theory about the PayPal thing. Like, she knew she wasn't going to have it up for 30 days. She wanted to leave it up just long enough to see if the big money whales would throw donations at her. Some did. And she made like $800 in donations, and she did a quick cash out, and she shut it down right before PayPal suspended her account. So she got some money before that happened. Kelly says Salah's just sitting in the corner controlling this whole lie, not saying a word, being creepy AF. I won't believe this isn't a scam until Foodie Beauty is back in Canada with no hijab, showing some skin, and even then, I may not believe her. So this is from the GoFundMe live. So let's watch.
A long, long ways away, but beyond that. But it's really, I have to be honest. What? It's weird that I will keep supporting you forever, whatever happens. Aww.
You know, the only reason why Salah is hanging around Foodie right now is because she's bringing in the money and he wants his cut. He's sitting right there because there's money going on, and he wants to know how much money is coming in, how much money she's making. If she wasn't making money, he'd be out the door and doing his own thing right now. But he is like circling her like a hawk, just seeing how much money she's bringing in and how much he can take from her.
Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna go watch a movie. I'm buffering. Okay, guys. Give me a minute.
What is that? I can't read because of the type over it. Now, this moment happened in like the last live that she did. I don't know why she would do this. I don't know her sister. I don't know if her sister has a disability. And I don't know why Chantal would bring it up in her live stream. It seems so out of place, but let's watch.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my sister, but she has a disability, so she's, yeah.
There was absolutely no reason for you to mention that. And the way you're doing it is so disrespectful. I don't know if she really has a disability, but it's not for you to speak on, and you really shouldn't be speaking on it, ma'am.
So, hard for her to get a steady job.
Like I just like I how about be respectful to your sister and not bring her up in conversation during your live stream, Foodie? How about that? Let's be respectful to the sister. Hectic Llama says, okay, I was a bit on the fence about whether this breakup is real, but after hours of editing today and watching her current live, I'm going to say heck no. She really is planning to go back to Canada, but the relationship isn't over at all. I would agree with that. I mean, Hectic Llama, I will do you one better. I think yes, she wants to go back to Canada, but I think she wants to go back just long enough to profit from the highest paying months of the year if she can get back during that time period. And then after October, November, December are done, then she'll come right back to Syria. She just wants to vacuum up all the money she can through Google AdSense and maybe her feeding people, then go back to Syria to stay. So, like, I agree with you. Tara Lee says, so you're the one who can't support yourself and expects others to bail you out after making bad decisions. But we need to get a life. It's always the same crap with you, Foodie. You created this mess and you need to clean it up, like a freaking adult. Agreed. Agreed. Alex is shook, says all of Foodie's complaints about Salah today were the fact he has a caring family in Syria. They expect them to have kids, probably not even knowing that she's had a hysterectomy. They expect her to be a wife and mom, to behave a certain way, and she just can't stand that. She can't stand the expectation of being a functioning adult. That's the real reason of her departure or tantrum, depending on how this goes. You're like, how dare they expect Foodie to grow up and be an adult? They're expecting too much out of her. Bored Potty Mouth says, wait, did this dolt just admit that her bank account was listed for his charity scam? OMG, this is so much worse. She wasn't allowed to, so he did with her bank account. This is why people doubt fundraising platforms like GoFundMe. Well, that might be the nail in the coffin for the GoFundMe. If the GoFundMe is looking at things and seeing how things were set up, and they're noticing that Pete set up the page, but it's Foodie's bank account and she's in Syria, ooh, they're not going to like that. Not at all. Not at all. And then there was a weird moment with this person, Marilyn Jones, saying that she would fund all the money, but she wanted to ask Foodie questions. I guess we'll get to that later. Eyelash says, isn't it interesting? Salah owns a Canadian channel while living in Syria. So there's Salah saying, yes, I own this channel and I will stay general moderator. You think so, huh? You really think so? Flashing Pondu says, our gift to her will be her letting her learn responsibility to support her own lifestyle with her own money. So there's a comment from Flashing Pondu saying, you can't keep getting your audience to bail you out of situations that you put yourself in. Your audience is not your piggy bank. They come to you for entertainment and cannot keep financially supporting your every whim. You need to learn to save the money you earn, and it is not everyone else's job to pay for you to travel wherever you want. We all would love 10K to set up our lives anywhere, but you need to learn responsibility and how to support yourself. Right, like just the best thing that people can do is let her stumble, let her fall. It'll do her a world of good. Sometimes struggles and hard times teach us the most valuable lessons. You know, she's not going to learn if nobody lets her learn. What else we got here? All right, so we're about 36 minutes in. We did a lot of Twitter peeps. So let's go on to the live stream where she's just so proud of herself. Look at her. Is this the emotional reaction you would normally see from a woman who's separating from her husband? Heck no. This ain't normal. This is not normal. She's like giddy after telling people we're separating and I gotta leave him. This is not a normal reaction, but go ahead, Foodie.
Hey, hi everybody. Aha! I look a little waxy. Oh, nice.
That lipstick looks terrible on her. Not a good shade at all.
It's your freshman. Hi, I missed a lot of people.
I know that's petty. I'm sorry. I was speaking my thoughts out loud. It happens sometimes.
Do I go back and say hi for like 20 minutes? Or are you guys good? A big collective hi. Arabic coffee is intense.
Yes, it is.
So we have in the kitchen a big pot, a medium, and a small. Small's for individual. It's dark.
Hope she wasted no time to put up that link to the GoFundMe.
Dark the picture. Oh, that's better. Ay. Hold on. Oh, my GoFundMe. It's pinned. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. I must say hi to you guys first. The filters are on. Yes. Yes. So, super stickers. What do you mean?
Oh, and on top of doing the GoFundMe link, we're also starting another goal.
Thank you, Lily.
What's the goal for, Foodie? Okay, let me see. What is the goal about? Oh, geez. 10 yellow super chats for Canada Bees. So 10 yellow super chats would be $50. What's $50 going to do for you? You know what? Never mind. Let's keep going.
It was the camera smudge. So we just had some company. It's going to be a quick live stream because we had some company late. I'll tell you traditionally what I serve, though, if you're interested. We're full back bees. Hey, Linda. Hi, everybody. Coffee, everybody. First, we serve coffee. And then...
and you know what? I really don't care. That face. Oh my. Sometimes the pause game is on point. You know what, Foodie? I will always say you are so photogenic. Sometimes your face card may be decline, girl, as far as getting you what you want in life, but it's sometimes great for thumbnails. I'll take it.
That's about it. Cold water always. But traditional things you serve, in this part of the world, coffee, tea.
And I really don't care. You serving coffee and tea to people, good for you. You did something for other people. You were courteous. You went the extra mile. You were courteous to people and served them coffee and tea. You want a cookie?
They don't speak very much English, no. No, I'm bringing a bidet with me, Trixie.
Why does she need to keep saying that? Why is it important for her to tell people that she carries a bidet with her? Why do we need to know this?
Oh, the toilet paper. Yeah, I forgot about that. Hi, Tracy. Links. I have no friends. Hardly. In Canada, hardly.
And that's because you burned everybody. Otherwise, you would have friends, maybe.
But that's okay. I have family.
And they don't like you either. Apparently, there's something wrong because, yes, you do have family back in Canada. You have your mom, you have your stepdad, you have your sister, you have your uncles, you have your aunts, you have your grandfather. Not a single one of them are stepping up and saying, you know what, Chantal, if you want to come back to Canada, we'll help you. You can stay with us and we'll help you. Not a single relative is stepping up and saying, come on home. We'll help you get started. No one, and I mean no one, is doing it. I wonder why. What did you do?
Invite your neighbors. Did I get enough sleep? Enjoy your time alone, Brooke. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have wipes handy, and I'm gonna buy a bidet here and bring it.
Can I just make an observation? Chantal, do you have some sort of a bathroom fetish? Do you have some sort of interest in bathrooms and bodily functions? Because in the past, you've always made a point to show bathrooms in your home, public bathrooms, the outhouse, talking about going to the bathroom and, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, and talking about it today. Do you have a bathroom fetish? Or does somebody in your audience have one? Because you're always talking overly long about that.
You donated, Stank? I'm not having him. No way. The Evanescence. Oh, Carrie, thank you guys for donating. Listen, if you can't afford it, or all you can afford is $1, I'm just having it up there for those who want to help. There's no every other day relatives visits. Maybe once, the most once a week. Hey, Links. But maybe I'll change that, And then I can't stay on late tonight, guys, because I want to watch a movie with Salah, and then tomorrow we got to be up once a week. What time are we going tomorrow?
Notice that Salah is spending more time around Chantal and giving her more attention once she started all this grifting and she's gathering up money. When she was just doing the normal live streams without the grifting, he was nowhere to be found. He was going out and spending time with other people. But now that she's grifting and she's raking in the money, he's hovering around her and he just won't stop. So now that she's getting the money, now he'll stay at home and watch movies with her, when before he was going out and doing his thing with other people.
We got invited to dinner. So we're going to go have dinner. I'm going to see Sasa, and I'm very excited about that, actually. You're going to miss the unicity, lady. Salah, I'm going to out you on this because it's so funny. I'm unpacking the things from Kuwait. You would think just the essentials get in there. Well, wouldn't you know, there's a big box of unicity that's now on the counter in here. Hey, Barb. Do I like being a married woman or unmarried? I'm not going to lie and say I don't enjoy it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Bisteka says, babe, you're not really divorcing, LOL. I'm glad some of the Beezers are picking up on that. Like, is it starting to filter through, Beezers? When something doesn't look right, smell right, it ain't right. So she's calling him babe. They're spending time together still. They're going out to dinner. They're separating but not divorcing, which means if they're separating, that she can go back. And I'm pretty sure that Chantal is putting out the separating term on purpose because that gives her some wiggle room that if she wants to go back to Salah, then she won't get in too much trouble with the Beezers. Saying that you're divorcing somebody is final. So if you supposedly divorce somebody and then you change your mind and go back, or you go home to Canada with other people's money and then go back, there's going to be a lot of outrage. But saying that you're separating from somebody, there's still kind of an open door of I could be staying or I could not. Regardless, she's still asking for other people's money. So, like, she's still getting the money, but there's no finality to this relationship.
You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Thank you, Lorena. So, yeah. So if you want to, that's my GoFundMe. It's pinned. If you want to support me through a Cameo, hey, Hidden Sapphire, they're on sale for the rest of September. Yeah, Gabrielle. Thanks, Zombia.
Yeah, Cosmo says, you're separating but still going out to dinner and watching movies together? Yeah. Doesn't it look weird? It is weird.
We're separating but still going out to dinner. Yeah, I mean, we have to live together till I leave, right? So, and regardless, his family and friends and everybody he knows here, they love having us around. So,
they love having him around, not you.
You know?
I mean, you have said yourself you really don't spend time with the family. You've been there for how long? And you like to isolate yourself and you're not part of the family. You're not trying to be part of the family. That's been the big problem. Like, people in his family are like, they spend time together. And if you're there, they expect you to contribute in some way. And you've been lacking lately. You don't want to do the dishes. You don't want to clean. You don't want to do anything. You just think, oh, I could just throw some money at y'all and that's all I'm supposed to do. And at the same time, you don't want to be part of anything.
Yeah, no, this is unpacking. We got some shipments from Kuwait because whenever Salah came, like I left all my stuff, right? I was in a haste. So Salah had some stuff shipped here.
Oh, okay. Here's the comment from Salah that I showed on Twitter. I wasn't exactly sure what Salah was referring to as far as being the owner of this channel. But look at him. Look what he's saying. Look, I'll blow it up so we can all see. All right. So here's his comment. He's saying about Foodie Beauty's channel. He's saying, Garden, yes, I own this channel and I will stay general moderator. Excuse me? You own Foodie Beauty's channel? You own it. Really? Was that part of the deal that you had with Chantal, that you control her and control her channel from now on? How long has that been going on? Interesting.
Thank you, Kingu. I was looking at villas online or like apartments, and they're so expensive now, man. But like a 3-bedroom will run you almost $3,000 a month.
Why are you looking at a 3-bedroom? Can we hear that again, please? That just seems odd. I want to go back because that just seems weird. Like, she's one person. She's supposed to be going back to Canada alone. Why does she need 3 freaking bedrooms?
Yeah, no, this is unpacking. We got some shipments from Kuwait because whenever Salah came, like I left all my stuff, right? I was in a haste. So Salah had some stuff shipped here. Thank you, Kingu. I was looking at villas online or like apartments, and they're They're so expensive now, man. But like a 3-bedroom will run you almost $3,000 a month.
Yeah, I thought I heard that part. I just want to hear it again to confirm. Chantal, why are you looking at 3-bedroom places? Are you planning on having other people live there with you? You're one person. You don't need 3 freaking bedrooms. You could easily go back and get a fully furnished, maybe studio apartment, or a fully furnished extended stay motel. They're not that expensive. I looked them up. You don't need to go to your Beezers and say, I need money for furnishings. If you get an extended stay motel that's fully furnished, furniture's already there. It's part of your hotel price or motel price. But why are you looking at like big places like that?
Bistecca, I'm being 100% honest. I don't know what you don't think I'm being honest about, but don't know. I mean, I'm moving. So, you know, well, the priority is not a car right away. I'm going to get there and then be settled with a place. And then maybe we can fundraise bees for some towards a car. I don't know. Do like 24-hour streams. I'll live stream until I get a car.
Okay, and I'm going to just say what I said in the beginning of this react. So you want your Beezers to pay for a plane ticket, cover the cost of a plane ticket. Then after that, you want them to pay for whatever place you get into, although you're not sure where you'll end up and how much it'll cost. You're not for sure of where you're going to be and when you're going to be there and how long you're going to be there. You also want them to pay you the cost of a car, a rental car. You want them to cover your party favors, your party expenses, food. What the heck are you paying for? What's coming out of your pocket? That part has not been disclosed yet. You got like 3 or 4K in your pocket right now. So what are you covering? If they're paying for the plane ticket, whatever dwelling you might be in, the car, the food, costumes for time warps, like you haven't said what you're paying for. You're not even going half and half here. You're saying, I don't want to pay for anything. I expect you Beezers to pay for every single thing that I want.
You guys can also, but the GoFundMe is not for Pete's. It's for me. It clearly says right on the GoFundMe. And honestly, Strawberries, people who would report somebody to welfare are just the lowest scum at the, you know, like garbage juice at the bottom of a garbage bin? That's those people.
Okay, so here's Salah again in chat saying, chocolate, yes, young lady, I own this channel. So he's saying it again. He owns the channel. I don't know how he could own the channel. I don't think there's a way for someone to give over ownership of a channel. Even if he did own the channel, it's Chantal's Google AdSense. Like her bank account is hooked to the Google AdSense. So it would go directly into her bank account anyway. He's not going to get the money unless the money goes to his bank account, and then the Google AdSense would have to start all over again. And since he's in Syria, because he's in Syria, you can't earn money on YouTube if you're in Syria. You can't monetize a channel in Syria. So you can have the channel, Salah, but you're not going to get the money for it. The money's hers.
Quite frankly. Villa 2.0. Inshallah, we'll see. There's people like doing everything they can to stop making this happen. I don't know. It's so weird.
No, it's not weird. GoFundMe was not meant for people like you. It's for people that have real life emergencies and urgent things, and you don't qualify. You just don't.
Anyway, so I have a GoFundMe. I don't have PayPal right now. My bad. You're not allowed to use it here. So don't send anything to that. They didn't close my account. I talked to a rep from there. They just said from now on, don't use it while you're there. So that's it.
Oh, so while she's in Syria, can't use PayPal. So that means no more grifting while in Syria using PayPal. And that also means, family, that no more getting Foodie stuff. No more getting paid for Foodie stuff using PayPal. So that's out.
So we're good to go. Hey, Sippy. So yeah, I had, Pete set up a GoFundMe on my behalf, which is totally legal.
Not while you're in Syria. No, ma'am.
I just can't handle the funds while I'm here because of sanctions and stuff. So he did it for me. He's not getting any of the money. It's my bank account that's on the GoFundMe. So
Yeah, well, that GoFundMe has been frozen. That's why you're mad.
really, Breezeth? Oh no. Sorry to hear that though.
Mike Misguided says people want to see you in Canada. Then people work against you to do what they want. You know what? If Chantal wanted to go back to Canada, and if she was using her own money that she earned to go back to Canada, and she wasn't grifting and scamming and setting up GoFundMes or having other people set up GoFundMes or using PayPal to scam, no one would have anything to say. It's because of what she's doing that's a problem. If she wants to use her own money and go back to Canada, have at it, Chantal. You want to work hard? You want to save up your own money and go home? Go home. You got enough right now to go home. But the moment you start getting on public platforms and using crowdfunding to go home, that's what people have issues with.
Yeah, when I'm back in Canada, right.
When you use the public to scam, the public is not going to like it and they're going to respond.
Hey, Kitty Charm, Simply Ravishing. So I'll figure out something anyways. I'll have to have them like pay for stuff for me, I'm allowed to keep the money from PayPal. I just can't use it anymore.
Let me guess what happened when Chantal got on the phone with PayPal. She pulled that naive, I didn't know act. I didn't know PayPal, I'm sorry. I bet you she did that. I didn't know. And they believed her.
For while I'm here, so I won't. Hey, YouTube lover. Oh, Carolina, hi. Sorry, I didn't see you. Hello, Carolina. So GoFundMe on behalf of somebody else fundraising for me. It's just to help, with travel, get me home, get set up from scratch, and I know there's only like $14 or so there, but oh, thanks, Breeze. Oh, Teardrop, I didn't see you either. Oh my goodness. Here I am just babbling. Hi, Teardrop. Everybody, hello. No. Don't be silly. He doesn't own my channel. I own my channel.
Oh, uh-oh. So Salah's been in chat and telling people that he owns her channel, and she just said, no, I own my channel. So who owns your channel, Chantal, you or Salah? And why is Handsomest Husband in your chat on your channel saying that he owns the channel when it actually belongs to you? Like, why is he saying that?
Right?
Or she says, right? Like, right, sweetie? Right? Like, I own my channel, right? You're not sure?
What? I didn't know you said that. He's just trolling you guys. He would never withhold money from you guys either. No.
He can withhold money from you. There's YouTube and then there's Google AdSense, and the two are completely separate. YouTube is the platform, but Google AdSense is what handles the money. And it's your account and it's your bank account. The money doesn't go to his hands, it goes to yours.
No matter what. I didn't see Teardrop. Oh my goodness. First time. So I don't have much in the GoFundMe, but I really, really appreciate everything I do have. That will really.
Chantal, you were doing some classic textbook silent grift techniques. Like, I've already spotted a few already. Like, you're doing this soft grift. You're not doing the hard, pressury grift. I appreciate all that you guys are sending me. And it's okay if you don't have money to send me right now. That's the soft grift, y'all. The soft grift. It feels like I'm not pressuring you. I'm okay if you don't have it to give. That's a tender, loving, soft grift of it's okay. I understand. If you don't have it to give, it's all right. Those of you that can give, thank you. Those of you that can't, it's all right. You shouldn't feel guilty. It's fine. The soft grift. Whatever you can send, I'm okay with it. Another soft element to the grift. It's gentle. It's not abrasive. She's softly fishing in the water for the fish. She's not aggressively throwing the line in. Mm-hmm.
Garbage juice. Yeah, garbage juice. Instead of garbage pail kids, it's garbage juice people. Sorry, I don't mean to be mean, but like I don't understand people like doing that. You know, just like if you don't like somebody, just move on. Like, why try to like ruin their life?
She is so annoyed that girl world or people that she's trying to take money from. She's so annoyed that girl world we're getting in the way of her grift. She's so annoyed that we're getting in the way of her grift.
Do you not realize that that's going to be bad karma back onto you?
Shut up. You're one to be talking about bad karma. Chantal, I am here. I started reacting to you again because I am here for the find out phase of the F around. Like Spirit tapped me on the shoulder and said, it's time to jump back in because it's happening right now. And you should be there, you know, because you've been reacting to Chantal for 8 years. This is the last chapter in the book, and it's going to be a good one. Oh, is it going to be a good one? This, ladies and gentlemen, is the dessert chapter. This is where we get our sweets. I promised y'all. I promised you desserts, and I am here to help deliver the desserts. The dessert cart is being wheeled around the room as we speak. PayPal, shut down. GoFundMe, frozen. It's already started.
I don't know. Just freaking be nice, people. Get a life. Or if you can't be nice, just keep it online. You know?
You know what, Chantal? I am going to laugh out loud when you do make it home to Canada. Because I got a feeling that Mr. Salah is going to be opening his mouth. He's not opening it right now because you're there and he's there. But just wait. When you go back to Canada, he knows about the reaction channels. He knows about them. And he knows that if he wants to make a lot of money, all he's got to do is get on either his channel or maybe Allah's channel and start talking. Just let it all out, all the stuff that he knows about you and all the tea, and he'll probably make more just by talking than he ever got from you in the entire time he's been with you.
C-pop command strips. Look who it is. Oh, Julia loved the company. Yeah, Carolina. It's just disappointing. Hey, Aaron. Thanks, Eat Cakey. They get extra mad when they see you happy. I don't get that. I feel happy for people when they're happy. You know, like how long has it been? I haven't even talked about anybody really. Like, you know, like anyone specific. I just find my business. Like I just want to like live my life.
Yeah, well, let's see you keep that same energy when you go home to Canada. Let's see what happens. Let's see if you keep this same energy when you go home to Canada and you're all alone and you're high and you're frustrated and you're mad. The old Chantal is inside you wanting to claw its way out. It's inside saying, let me out of this cage. It is too confining. I want out. And you'll let it out. If for no other reason to help you make money, you will let out the old you. And it'll be in full view of the public. Sure will. And you newbies that have never seen the old Chantal, maybe you weren't around at that time, you're in for a rude awakening. You have no idea what you're in for, but you're going to find out.
It won't cost $5,000 to take Julia.
You're not taking Julia because of the whole plethora of things that you'd have to do to take Julia. It's not just about money. You got to get all kinds of certification for Julia. Get her in. There's a lot of stuff. And I haven't heard a one word about Julie being taken to the vet to get certification. None of that. You ain't taking her.
Hi, baby.
And honestly, you shouldn't anyway. You have no idea where you're going to end up. The places you may be looking at may be no pets allowed. And if you're going to be high as a kite, should you be taking a pet with you? Because you're not going to be focused on taking care of yourself or an animal. If you're going to a dispensary or getting other party favors and you're going to be high out of your mind 23 hours out of a 24-hour day, are you really going to be paying attention to an animal? No. So just, if you go home to Canada, leave her with Salah or Salah's family. You know, don't traumatize her with a 35-hour trip.
Hi, baby. It's Pete's. That's who James Lucas is. There's no way to hide the name. Oh, thank you. Al Sultan Salah. Anyways. So, yeah, you guys don't have to.
And you don't have to. You don't have to give her money, but she wishes that you all gave her money. That's what she really wants to say. You don't have to give me money. You know why she's saying that, right, Beezers? because she doesn't want to put the hardcore pressure on you. She already knows that she's walking a very thin line. She's walking on thin ice, that she's already grifted you guys to filth multiple times. And a lot of you are sick of being grifted, sick of being scammed, sick of her treating you all like a bank and going to you constantly. She knows she's walking on that thin ice and she's treading very, very carefully. And that's why she's using the soft grift approach, the loving approach. You don't have to give me money. It's okay if you don't have it to give. But she wishes you did have it to give and you will give it. Then maybe if she's gentle enough that you'll find it in your hearts and also in your wallets and purses to give her something, if not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. And if she comes at you too hard, it's not going to happen at all. But she's keeping the door open for it to happen at some point.
No, no, I'll have to wait longer to go home. That's all.
Oh, boy, you're really laying it on thick. Or just look at that bottom lip being stuck out. Oh, I'll just have to wait to go home at some point. Dang, Chantal, you're pulling out all the stops. All the stops. I'll just have to wait to go home. It'd be so sad. Yeah, okay.
Because I'll have to save more.
Look at that downward look and the pouty lip. Manipulative. Manipulating people.
Oh, Julia, thank you. So yeah, so what I do have, I'm grateful for, and then, yeah, the ways if you want to support, there's cameos, there's super chats, there's Bisteca. I don't think it's like any of your business.
Ooh, spicy. That's a spicy meatball. So Bisteca says, how have you paused your bankruptcy payments? That's a fair question, I think. I mean, if you're someone coming to the public and you're saying, hey, public, give me your money. I want you to give me all your money. I want you to pay for my entire life. And pay not just for one thing, but several things. If you walk up to somebody or a group of people and you say, give me your money, then the public has a right to ask questions like this. BizTech is saying, how have you paused your bankruptcy payments? And Chantal's getting defensive and saying, that's none of your business. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, ma'am, it is. You're coming to people, you're sticking your hands out. They have a right to ask their curious questions, Chantal. And you shouldn't get rude answering.
My bankruptcy, no offense. There's thank you. Just to let you know. Hey, Ramblin' Rose. The quicker I get home, the quicker I can, maybe Halloween bees. I'm not.
So she sidestepped that entire question. So her bankruptcy is still very much active, very much open, not completely paid for. And she's not even answering, like, what is she going to do about the bankruptcy payments? All she's concerned about is using the money to party on.
Hopeful for that. Hey, Melly. Long live streams, cooking streams.
All these promises. I'm going to do long live streams. I'm going to stream for 12 hours. Beezers, listen. Chantal promises a lot of things, but she rarely delivers. She's not someone that when she says something, you can trust that what she's promising you, she's going to deliver. She'll promise a whole bunch of things and maybe give you one thing out of all the things she's promised. Chantal is not in the best of health. She doesn't have it in her to do 12-hour streams anymore. Understand that. She gets tired very easily unless she's on party favors. But if she did the party favors now, like she did before, I don't know if her body could handle it. I don't know if her heart could handle it. Because before, what she used to keep her up and keep streaming was Coca-Cola. Yeah. So, and Coca-Cola ain't cheap. So, does she have the health to do the Coca-Cola all night long? Don't think so. Nah. If she gets home to Canada, she's going to be like a bird let out of a cage. She's going to be partying and doing nothing but partying. She'll turn the camera on. Yes, she will. But she's going to be high as a kite, so greened out that she's going to be incoherent, slurring her words. That's the content that you can expect if she gets 10 grand to go home to Canada. Period. End of.
Back to Beeson. Hey, Sarah. We love Sassy Chantel. Hey, Anne-Marie.
I'm going to share a little something about my time reacting to Chantal during Crackhead Olympics because of the way she was live streaming. Chantal's a big fan of edibles, and her use of edibles was stupid. Like, she did way too much. You know, first she started out with a vape pen, then she moved on to 50 milligrams of edibles, then 100, then 200, then 500 milligrams, then 1,000, then 2,000, then 3,000. But I learned something, that if Chantal started a live stream and if she took an edible on live stream, I would set my watch. I would look at the clock, and I would know that from the time that she took the edible, there'd be like at least 45 minutes where she would be coherent. After the 45-minute mark, she would be slurring her words. It would not be worth reacting to. So I would time my reacts around the edibles. I had to, because after the 45-minute mark, it'd be like a nothing burger. She would just be like, you know, she'd be gone. She's zoned out. So Beezers, if she goes back to Canada and if she's doing massive amounts of edibles, it's not going to be as much fun as you think it is. Trust me, I've been there.
You talked about it. Yeah, I know, but I probably shouldn't have, you know. I mean, I mentioned general things, but like my payments. So. Thank you, Sky Full of Stars. How do I sound like I changed my mind?
Ooh, Wasabi Bobby says, you sound like you're likely to change your mind. You said as much. Why should people pay? Didn't you pay people back for the furniture last time? Yeah, New Beezers. Thank you for bringing that up, Bobby. Great point. So, for those who are not aware, who weren't around at that time, because some Beezers, they, jump in the game at different times. I realize that. Beezers, for those who weren't around, when Chantal was in Canada the last time, when she was in Canada and saying that she was going to stay, she was asking people to give money for whatever new place she was going to get, and also asked them to pay for the furniture. And people gave a little bit. And then guess what happened? She went right back to Syria, to Salah. So what are the chances it'll happen again?
I'm squatting here. You just donated? Thanks, Melanie. No, I can't show. I'm not supposed to be showing any of the house, so I won't be doing that anymore. Hey, cheeseburgers. You can talk about whatever you want and then not talk about it. True, Carolina. Hey, Lisa. Thanks, Anne Marie. It's mostly a filter. This is my skin without a filter. You. No, I'm just
No. Don't lie to people. We've got all kinds of filters going on here. She's got that skin smoothing filter turned up to max. Her skin does not look like that. Y'all can see me right now. Okay? You know what? Don't care. This is me. All right? This is me. No filters. You know, I got makeup on. I will admit, I put on a little bit of foundation. I had something I had to do earlier. But I put my makeup on, but this is no filters. StreamYard does have something on it where I can use filters, but that would just feel weird to look like a Disney anime character. It's like, but this is it. This is the real me. Chantal, her skin don't look like that. She likes the filters on her phone. Okay, that's why she likes the Samsung phones, because they come with built-in filters. Plus, there's beauty apps and stuff, and that's what she uses. So she still has the filters on, okay? That's the skin smoothing filter. And you can tell she's got one on because, look. So the skin smoothing filter makes her skin look like this, but you can see the pores and stuff underneath. All she did was turn the filters down a bit, but she didn't turn them completely off.
joking. We should love ourselves. You're going to get a kitten. Don't let Julia hear that. What? Thank you, Lisa.
I mean, we'll take it a step further with the filters. She's got the skin smoothing filter on. Let me blow this up. She's also got the big eye filter on ever so slightly. It's not completely out of control, but she's still got it on because her eyes are not that big. She's got the eye color filter on as well, because Chantal's natural eye color is dark brown. I have seen pictures of her on Twitter when she was much younger. Her natural eye color is like a dark chocolate brown, so she changes her eye color. She's got like the big lip filter. What else we got going on here? And also, and Chantal, I know you're going to hate me pointing this out, but look at the dimensions of her face. Before, she had this filter situation going on that made her face look like a melon or a cantaloupe or something, like the deep indentations right here near her eyes. But this part bothers me right here because it just seems like the dimensions are off. She's got a wide forehead that tracks. She's got like the cheeks are also wide. That also tracks. All of this looks normal except for her nose. How is it that the bridge of her nose looks almost completely flat and narrow? That is also a filter. And yes, you can change the shape of your nose on a beauty app. The same thing you can do with your eyes and your mouth. So like this part here, like look right here. See how this area up here, right here between her eyebrows, it looks like it's phased out. That does not look normal. The bridge of her nose looks like her nose is completely flat. So the front of her nose is a bit wider, but how is it that the bridge of her nose looks very, very narrow? So yeah, you got a filter on that too.
I'm going to wait until I have the money. So whenever I do, I will start booking things. Thanks, Carolina. Hey, Margie. No, Barb. Not by law. No.
So this person's asking, how much have you raised? Yes, Chantal, why don't you tell people how much you have in your pocket and how much you expect to have once you get your YouTube paycheck? Why aren't you revealing that information? No, you don't want to talk about it? No mention of that? How much will you have Now that you've got the PayPal money coming to you, you've got whatever you got in pocket, and you've also got your YouTube paycheck. How much is your YouTube paycheck? If you're asking for other people's money, they deserve to know how much you have saved up for your trip. I would think that's fair. How much do you have versus how much you're asking them for?
No. Julia! Oh, sorry, I didn't mean. Yeah. No, I have some things to pay and stuff, so yeah. Money's kind of tied up for a little bit.
And look at Salah grifting in chat. What happened here? Salah, what are you talking about? Wait a minute. I'm looking for a comment here. All right, so Bizteca says, now that Kuwait is done and dusted, can you please say what happened to the working visa and civil ID you tried? I'm dying to know, please, please. Salah answers, because Bizteca was asking Chantal, not Salah. But Salah took it upon himself to answer for Chantal, saying, Bizteca, you must send at least $100 USD for an important info like that. So he's grifting too. Why do I have a feeling that when Chantal's gone, that there's a high possibility that he's going to get on a channel somewhere and say, I've got the tea on Chantal, and if you want it, you got to pay me.
Not really, Kitty
Like he's going to auction off the tea.
Charms. I'm really appreciating the time I have here left. Oh, Lois Lane, I remember you. Wow, you're still a loyalty beezer. Thank you.
I'm scooting ahead.
I don't know where I'm going to live.
Yeah, you don't know where you're going to live, and yet you're telling people, I need $10,000. Make that make sense.
In Canada, I'm not sure. Do you mind if I troll you once you're in Canada? I guess I can't really beat you up from there, huh? No, just joking. Yeah, you can. Yeah, Melissa, right? Thank you, Gabriella. Yeah, Loretta. I am for sure. I mean, I'm going to work hard to come back. So I hope so.
You know what, Chantal? I hope you do come back. I really do. I mean it. I hope you do go back to Canada. But I hope you come back after the highest paying months of the year are done. I hope you missed the bus on that one. I know you're aiming to come back in October, November, and December. You want to rake that money in, but if you really, really want it, you need to start working harder for it.
If they dox you, just let it be. Yeah. Because, I don't know. It's just that the landlord didn't want to deal with that mess. And I felt like he wanted me out. So I took I was preemptive about it. And I was like, you know what?
Here we go. Narcissists will always paint the picture of being the victor or the victim. So she's trying to paint this picture of the landlord. The landlord was in the wrong. And she's like, I got out, not because I was kicked out, but because I chose to leave.
I don't like your attitude with me. I'm just going to leave. Because he was like, oh, people are saying that you were messy in Ottawa. I was like, dude, that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but it still counts. let's not also forget about the fact that when you left the villa, you left it damaged, you left it ruined, you left it filled with disgusting garbage and furniture, which had to be moved out, and so many repairs that had to be done. And I heard that there was a $5,000 damage bill, which I'm sure Pete's had to deal with, and I'm sure he wasn't happy about that. Nor was the landlord, because generally landlords like to move people out and then do a quick cleanup and bring somebody else in. And with the villa, that couldn't happen right away. So money lost because of you and you being a sloppy pig. So you're going to leave that part out for your beezers? Let's not talk about that, right? Well, I'm going to talk about it. So you, Chantal, if you were a landlord and somebody moved into your property and people were telling you this person is not just dirty, they're straight up filthy to the point of causing damage, as a landlord, you would be concerned. You'd be very concerned. You don't want to fork out thousands of dollars in damages. Oh, no.
Or more. Like, whose house doesn't get messy once in a while? I don't know.
Messy can be easily cleaned up. Filthy takes a little longer, and damaged can cost a lot of money.
So whatever. Yeah, he wasn't the nicest guy, honestly.
And you're not the nicest person.
He was like neurotic about everything. And I don't want to live in a place where the landlord lives in the building. Oh, no way.
You know what? If you weren't so sloppy, if you didn't cause damage, that would not be a concern to you. There might be a lot of people that would be delighted to have their landlord so close. Because if there's a problem, you can contact the landlord right away. If you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're not damaging the property, you're keeping things clean, you're not being disrespectful, you're not making a mess, then it shouldn't be a problem at all. You just didn't like it because you know what kind of a person you are and you didn't want to get called on the carpet about it. You did not want the landlord to discover how sloppy you are and yell at you.
I don't want to live there. Dickhead is in jail. Oh, I don't have to worry about him anyways. Anytime I've been to Canada, I didn't have to worry about that. Because if he ever came near me, which I doubt, I would be calling the cops. Hi, Scrape. Instantly. Yeah, that era has been and is long over. So,
And that's because Nader is in jail. If Nader were not in jail, if she went back to Canada, and I will die on this hill, as soon as she landed in Canada, she'd be going to see him. Full stop. He would be her first stop getting off that plane. She's always burned a torch for Nader. She's always kept the flame burning. She settled for Salah. She wanted Nader. She still wants Nader for no other reason because she couldn't get him. That's the one she's still obsessed with. To this day, she's still obsessed with him. There's what Chantal says, and then there's what Chantal does. If Nader were the nightmare for her that she claims he was, she wouldn't be talking about him. She wouldn't say his name. He was an abusive person, allegedly, but yet she still brings him up, which is weird for a victim. What victim wants to think about that person, mention their name? No one. Not a real victim. No one ever except her. Weird little statement that Chantal made back in Cuba during one of her Cuba rages. Just something I want to put in front of y'all. I'll never forget her saying this either. She made the weird comment. Her fantasy was for Nader to go to jail and be there for him when he got out. I'll never forget her saying that because I thought, what? What do you mean? But she did say that her fantasy was for Natter to go to jail and be there for him when he got out. And where is Natter now? In jail. She also made another comment, related yet unrelated, that she thought guys who were in jail and had just gotten out of jail, she wanted to find someone who had just gotten out of jail because guys who had just gotten out of jail would be all horned up. She thought that was hot. Weird, huh? Yeah, that's how desperate she is.
Hey, Monique. Where's my commissary? What, you're out of bars of soap? Did I say hi to Scrape? Oh my gosh, my brain. Yeah, I'm not going to be miserable while I'm here. I don't know when I'm going to get to go home. 194. Thank you, guys. It's a long ways away, but I'm going to she's making streams about me. I'm sorry, but that's not really good Muslim behavior. Hey, Jennifer.
Who is she criticizing?
Beyond that, I don't care. People can make streams about me. They've been doing it for years. But it's really, I have to be honest. What? It's weird that she's still talking about me all these years later. I will keep supporting you forever, whatever happens. Aw, thank you. No, it's not about reconciliation. We're on good terms. We don't need to reconcile. It's just realizing, being mature enough to realize that we just want different things. She has to get views talking about Foodie so she can send to the commissary.
Yeah, and I have to wonder, Chantal, if maybe that's the reason why you want a great deal of money, because not only do you want to go home to Canada and party your face off, but maybe part of that money is going to Natter, to pay for his commissary or maybe legal costs. I honestly do wonder that.
Honestly, even though we don't like each other, I really hope for her that she stays away and, she continues to just go back to being who she was before she met that loser and can get some of her good life back. I honestly wish that for her. Yeah, I think right now, Aftil, it's not too bad. I hope that the flights will stay cheap because then I can use some of the money I have for non-flight purposes.
Okay, this may sound a bit odd, but just y'all follow me for a second. So this happened a little while back, and I always thought it was weird. I don't know exactly what happened, but Natter, before he went to jail, he did a live stream. I think it's still on his channel, where he was showing a grocery haul of like $1,000 to $2,000, and I'm like, where is he getting the money to get all these groceries, and why is he buying so much? So, I took a peek, and there were a lot of items that I'm like, this is stuff that he normally doesn't eat. So it made me wonder, was Chantal supposed to go back? Like maybe there was a plan for her to go back and groceries were bought, before her going back, and for some reason it just didn't happen. And my pause game is on point yet again. I'm just hitting it today with the pause game. Thumbnail. I'm saving that one too. Thanks, Chantal. I'll tell you what, girl. Your face card is, far as everything else may be, bad, but for thumbnails, it's fantastic. Keep going. I want more screenshots.
Why are my jowls like this right now? I look like mashed potatoes. Love conquers all. I'm the one who made that up, didn't I? Well, anyways. Tracy, I really hope for her sake no, but yeah. Right, babe. No flight purchases, aka Nashies. I need a lot of stuff. I have nothing. I need to go to a Goodwill, get plates. I might, no. Actually, the stuff I had before, because I didn't think I was going back to Canada, I had my aunt donate. So,
Chantal, I hate the fact that you're going to your Beezers and you're saying, I need all kinds of stuff and it's going to be so expensive and you don't even know. You don't know where you're going to end up. You don't know what you're going to need until you get there and you figure out where you're going to be. You can go to a dollar store and get a lot of essential stuff. You can go to a Goodwill and get essential stuff. Probably furnish most of your house for less than $100 between Goodwill and the dollar store. And yet you're putting off this thing, the Beezers, like, I need so much money.
better off though. We can go back to the Goodwill. Did I tell you that my aunt was?
I mean, as far as dishes and all that for the kitchen, you don't really cook. So what do you need all kinds of kitchen stuff for?
Oh no, I can't go to that. I really don't think I'm going to live in Cornwall. Which town in Canada has Nashies right now? Maybe I should take a map of Canada and go like Yukon. I don't know if I can live there. Do they have a McDonald's? I think Saji's in Toronto. A train bees. Yes, Alex. Edmonton. A Nashi is a Nashville chicken sandwich from Burger King. You know, the GoFundMe funds will stay.
Oh, wait a minute. Somebody just left a comment and I want to cover it. Where is it? Where is it? Vulgar Darling says, I want to donate, but I'm scared you're going to leave again. Be scared. Be very scared. If you're feeling that trepidation, there's a reason for that. Pay attention to it. I mean, she's not giving you guys much in the way of things that you could feel confident about. What is she offering to make you feel secure that she's going to keep her promises? That whatever money you guys give her, she's going to hold it in pocket until she leaves. And she's going to save and save and save until she finally gets out of Syria. She's not giving you a definite date of when she's leaving. She's not disclosing how much money she already has versus what she needs. She's not providing a detailed list of, okay, I'm going to this city and I'm staying in this location. I've already talked to this landlord about this apartment or this motel room. And I've already worked out that in order to stay in this motel room or this apartment, I need this amount of money. I need this much for a rental car and I can get the rental car for 3 weeks. I mean, she's not showing the planning for leaving. Not at all. She's not even saying how much the plane ticket is going to be and when she's going to be departing and when she's going to be arriving. You guys are getting nothing in the way of details. All you're getting is, I need money and I need lots of money and I need it soon, even though she's not leaving soon. So, yeah, plenty of stuff to be scared about.
There completely. The PayPal, I transferred to the bank because of I can't use it here and from now on, but I'm happy they're letting me. Thanks, Gabrielle.
And that's another thing. Thank you for saying that, Peter. Peter Cottontail says, I thought you had no bills there. Correct. She said, I'm not paying rent here. I'm not really paying bills. So that means she should have plenty of money in pocket, right? So why is she going to you guys and asking for money?
Yeah. Well, I haven't changed my mind yet. It's been a while.
Yet. I haven't changed my mind yet. She's not going to change her mind until she scrapes up all the money she can from you, Beezers. And then when you're all tapped out and there's not one single more dollar to get, then she's going to change her mind. But she's going to gather all that money first. She's not going to shut down the money train. She's going to let it run and run and run until it hits the wall, and then she'll change her mind.
Just do it? No, I can't. There's nowhere I can stay.
Bull crap. Bull crap. That is such bull crap. There's nowhere I can stay. There's always somewhere you can stay. There are Airbnbs. There's extended stay motels, which are not that expensive, fully furnished. You can maybe go stay with Dee Dee. I mean, it's not like Natter's there. You can go stay with her for about a month. Work it out. Already have an apartment. It's already furnished. There's dishes in the kitchen. All you got to do is maybe throw some money for some of the rent and, groceries, because you do eat a lot. So go stay with Dee Dee. There's all kinds of options here.
Chantel and Julia. Yeah, but don't delete the old videos, because who knows? Maybe someday they'll keep gathering views. And
Strawberries and Cream says, did you speak to the woman who said she was a vet who would pay for it all? Yeah, I saw there's all kinds of weird messages on Twitter from a woman who claimed that she could pay for Chantal's entire trip, and all she was asking was for Chantal to answer some questions. That's it.
no strawberries. Birch beer, Newfoundland. Your mom has diabetes? Sorry.
So if Chantal wants to go home to Canada, somebody's saying, I'll fund the entire trip. Just talk to me. How hard is that? Just talk to me. Why aren't you talking to that person, Chantal?
72 American cents is yours, BB doll. Thank you. I know. I'm bad with money. So if anybody...
And that's another confession. I'm bad with money. Okay, so she's bad with money. And y'all feel confident to give her more money? What do you think she's going to do with it?
has $7,000 laying around they want to help out with. Imagine. Any millionaires that watch me?
Chantal, you said you needed 10K. I think between what you've gathered from PayPal, what you might have in pocket, you probably have like $3 or $4 grand right now. So you really don't need $7,000. You don't.
A mummer, what's that?
Oh, and there's also your YouTube check. So what you gather from PayPal, was almost $1 grand. Whatever YouTube paycheck is, let's just add another 2 or 3 in with that. That's 4. Whatever PayPal donations after you took the cash grab off of PayPal, whatever you got past that, you've got close to half of what you were asking for.
When I get to Canada, I'll unprivate my old videos. It's getting on my nerves, Carolina. What? Yeah, I want to be prepared. I want to have a nest egg. I don't want to just go there.
You're not going to have a nest egg. If you take $10,000 to Canada, you'll blow through it all in less than a month. And not because of living expenses. You are irresponsible when it comes to money. You just said so. You'll spend the bare basic minimum on a place to live. And the rest will go for BS. You'll go absolutely wild. And maybe some of the beezers will be happy about that because they want to see you act crazy. But the more money you have in pocket, the faster you spend it.
There. Let me check under my mattress. A health journey. Probably.
Yeah, look at her looking down. Health journey, not likely.
I don't know what angle I'm gonna do now, but
Boos. What are you doing, Boos?
I know. I don't want a loan. With all the problems I have with debt. What I will do is no, Carissa, I don't want Saji's job, no offense. Uber. What was I saying? Cheese fries at Burger King. Thanks, Simply Ravishing. Until I get the money, Agathon. Anyone called Swag Daddy will be removed immediately. I think Swag Daddy got smart, and when I get to Canada, though, you have to realize there's going to be a lot of beezers. I won't tolerate anyone like disrespecting Salah, and no like Islamophobia, racism. Other than that, pretty fair game.
Chantal, when you get to Canada, like right now you're saying what Salah wants to hear because he's literally right in front of you. But when you get to Canada, you're going to be feeling a certain kind of way, and you're going to know, you know what? I want the big bucks, so I got to talk trash on Salah. It's going to be over. Unless it's not, and you're sending him money, and this whole thing was just a ruse to get money out of people. That's how we're going to know if it's over or not, because we know you. When it's over, and you'll burn that bridge. If you get on camera and you are talking mad trash about Salah, and then he gets on his channel and talks mad trash about you, and you're both dropping tea about each other, then we'll know it's over. That's when we'll know. But if you get on camera and it's obvious you're holding back and you're not being disrespectful to Salah and he's not being disrespectful towards you, that is a red flag. The two of you, you're still working together.
The people want a new Canada arc. Hope you will get the donations. Thank you, B. I'll go to Orange Julep. Do it as Molly Brown. Yeah, in Canada we have more expensive Chef Boyardee. The second Beetlejuice I did, it's good.
Erica says, I can't believe you are GoFunding to get back to Canada. What happened to your money? Yeah, what happened to it?
Now he'll be an honorary mod. I don't know, guys. Let's just think about the content and stuff. No Frills brand. Is it good? Chef,
I can't wait to see how ticked off the Beezers are going to be with them hoping so hard for good content. They got all these hopes and all these expectations of great content when she gets back. Oh boy, it's going to be ugly. They're really expecting her to deliver, aren't they? They really think that she's going to deliver. This person, Foodie Beauty, who for the longest has not delivered, they expect that when she steps back in Canada, it's going to be a whole different animal. They're really going to hate it. That they're going to give her money. She's going to go back to Canada and be greened out of her mind. High, incoherent, babbling, slurring, hamburger-eyed, rude. Rude. She's going to have the attitude of, thanks for the money. I'm in Canada. I don't need you guys right now. I got where I wanted to go and I'm partying my face off. So I have no need for you right now. So I'm not going to be nice. You beezers are going to learn.
Where he was a Libra. Yeah, Lois. Marzipan. Marie Antoinette. Eat a whole cake. Monica. Moved to Kingston, home of the hip. Oh no, hipsters. Call me Dr. Disrespect. Just kidding. Yes, we appreciate you, Carefree. Thank you. Carolina. When you're in a relationship, you have tea on each other. So we would never do that.
Oh, yes, you would. Carolina says, this is one of her mods saying this. Carolina says, Salah, if you turn on Foodie and you get interviewed by a reaction channel, make sure to ask for money and give Foodie half of it. As if a reaction channel would interview Salah. As if any of us are going to pay him to open his mouth. Never. We don't like him. We know he's got things to say about Foodie, but if he wants to make money, you don't have to wait for somebody to interview him. He can just get on his own channel and start talking. He's got 3 years worth of dirt on Chantal that he could profit off of. There's lots of people that got dirt on Foodie that they open their mouth. They can make bank. Pete could make bank. 17 years worth of dirt he's got on Chantal. He could make bank off it right now. The things he knows, the things he's not been telling, he could make bank. Serious bank. And if he did open his mouth about Chantal, it would be deserved. The things that she's done to him, the lies that she's told, the way she cheated on him, she would deserve it. Honestly, she would. He could make bank. Salah could make bank. A lot of people could make bank. All they got to do is run to the table and just start delivering the tea. But if he wants to make bank, all he's got to do is get on his channel and do it his doggone self.
Oh, the tragically hip. I was thinking of hip people.
And besides that, Chantal, she's going to talk about Salah anyway. It's going to happen. She will turn him into content. So it's just a matter of who wants to get to the table first. Is it going to be her? Is it going to be him? Someone's going to get there first. And if he doesn't get there first, Foodie's going to start the narrative about who he is and what he did and try to take over the narrative. So if he got to the table first, he could say a whole lot of things and shut down some of the narrative that she's going to be putting out there.
People. Yes, I knew that. It Tammy 2.0. Puts in or Nashi. Oh, that's tough. Yes, dude. Nash. Remember? Okay, if you've been here a long time, let's do some old villa trivia. Oh, that's a good idea. Trivia night for
Shut up.
Foodie beauties. Pasta and cats. That little tree, yeah. Happy. Remember the on-air thing? The plant. What do we call the plant?
Okay, she's talking about like nostalgia stuff. I don't care. I really don't care. We'll just end it here. It's almost over anyway. I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.